Hello and welcome back in the summer spirit. Starting out, I'm going to be reading Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. During the challenge, I read my first Abby Jimenez, which was Part of Your World, and this is a part of that series. It's interconnected, I believe. It follows Emma and Justin makes a Reddit post. Every girl that he's been with, when they break up, they find their soulmate. And Emma comes across a Reddit post. She has to message him because the same thing has been happening to her. They start talking back and forth, and he poses that go out on a couple dates over the span of a month, and then in theory, when they break up, they should find their soulmates. Love is bound to bloom. She is a travel nurse, and he lives in Michigan. She has no want or need to move there, and her sister have a tradition where every 3 months they move states together, and Michigan is not on the list of states to move to. Maybe she'll try to change that plan for him. We will see. I'm excited to start reading this. I am on chapter 7 and I'm really liking it so far. It's really easy to get into. Emma has convinced her sister to move with her to Michigan, and her and Justin are going to start doing their trial dates. I believe they're doing 4 dates over the span of a month, and they're gonna be around 2 to 3 hours long, and they have to kiss by the end of it. It's very planned out. They have good banter. I think they're very cute. I mean, they haven't met in person yet, so we will see. But Justin's mom is about to go to prison, and his father passed away, so he's about to get custody of his 3 younger siblings. Emma is deciding whether or not she wants to do a DNA test to find her dad, because the only family she has is her adoptive sister that she's very close with, and her mom, who only calls her once in a blue moon for money, is very unreliable. So her sister is trying to convince her to get a DNA test, but she's on the fence about it. 4 dates, a kiss, and a breakup. That's all it will take to find their soulmate. I really like it. Right now, I'm really liking it. They're fake dating, but they're clearly liking each other, and they're even being honest and admitting that they're supposed to go on 4 dates, but now they've hung out like 3 times already, and she hasn't even been here for like a week. And they just get along really well. Also, her mother showed up. She thinks that her mom is good now. Her sister is very upset about her mom being there and very skeptical. There's some conflict between Emma and her sister now. I don't know. I see both sides. Emma is an adult. She can decide how she wants to deal with her mother. Like, you can chill. I really like Justin. I like his relationship with his siblings. Super sweet. This is the second book in this challenge that I've read where the guy is has custody of his younger siblings. And you know, I actually love that. It's just so sweet because, like, you can tell how much they care for their siblings. It's just so sweet. I don't know what else to say about it. I'm on page 163. I think I'm like 40% in, I'd say. And I'm really liking it, and I'm excited to continue it tomorrow. I'm going to continue reading Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I'm really liking it so far, so I'm excited to continue. That is Leo, by the way. I think I'm becoming an Abby Jimenez fan after this book. And I like the last one too. I might feel a 5-star. Who knows? I read until chapter 29, and I'm really liking it. I really like the dynamic. I really like the relationship. They're very sweet. It's very genuine. They both kind of have admitted to themselves and each other that they feel like there's actually something there, and that they don't want it to end. Never wanted to be with someone who has kids, and even though they aren't his kids, he is going to be their legal guardian, and he will be taking care of them. So it's like he has kids. Change her and her sister's routine, but even her sisters called her on me like, don't blame me for your decision. If you decide to not stay here with this amazing guy, do not blame me. Do not make it seem like I'm the one making you pack up your life every 6 weeks. Like, you could easily just say you want to stay. I read to chapter 38, so I only have, hello? I only have this tiny bit left. I'm definitely gonna finish it tomorrow, and I feel like it's gonna be a 5-star. I don't wanna get ahead of myself, but that's what I'm feeling. I'm on page 318. I just am really loving it. I'm loving how honest the characters are with each other. I like that they act their age. I like the relationship between Justin and his siblings. I like her relationship with his siblings. I finished the book. So I rated it 5 stars. I loved this book. I loved it so much. I thought that the characters' relationship was good. I loved it. I loved the banter. There's a lot of serious things that happen in Abby Jimenez's books. Oh, and I figured out how this one is connected to Part of Your World, so that was interesting. I'm gonna have to read really all of her other books because I really liked both of them. This one is definitely my favorite. Good summer vibes. They didn't do much summer activities. Like, I thought they'd be frolicking on the beach. Not really, but I really enjoyed it. I really liked the characters. I think that by the end, Emma had a lot of emotional growth. I like how they tied in all the characters. And I'm really glad. I'm really glad that I read this, and I really liked it. So I'm going to be reading This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. This is the only book that I haven't read by her other than her newest release. I'm going to be starting this, and I'm very excited. I've read Every Summer After, and I liked it, even though I don't normally like the tropes in that book, but I did like that book. I read One Golden Summer, I think it's called. I really liked that one. That's my favorite book by her. And then Meet Me at the Lake was okay to me. It was whatever. Didn't really feel summery. I don't know. It didn't itch the scratch and it needed to. This one follows Lucy and Felix. Lucy and Bridget are best friends, and Felix is Bridget's younger brother. Years ago, Lucy was going to visit Bridget and her family. Bridget had 3 rules, and one of the rules being that Lucy cannot fall in love with Bridget's brother. Right when Lucy gets into town, Bridget's plane is delayed, and she happens to go to a restaurant, runs into a guy, and spends the night with him. And lo and behold, it's Bridget's brother. She doesn't know that this is Bridget's brother because Bridget calls him Wolf. So when he introduces himself, she has no correlation of the two. Now, this is years later, Bridget is getting married, but a week before her wedding, she randomly goes to Prince Edward Island where her parents and her brother lives, and calls Lucy and has her leave from Toronto to go to Prince Edward Island to stay with her, but she won't tell her why. Lucy thinks that something's happened with Bridget and her fiance. she doesn't know, but she packs up everything and goes to be with her best friend, but she's not alone. Felix is there. And they haven't seen each other in a year after something happened. We don't know. Tension is high. I'm excited to start reading this. I read up until part 2. So I'm on page 83. And I'm really liking it so far. It's definitely giving summer vibes. I'm hoping that nothing bad happens between her and her best friend, because I feel like they have a pretty good relationship. So I'm hoping that when something happens between her and her best friend's brother, because obviously this is a romance book, we know that they're gonna end up together. I'm hoping that when that does happen, the best friend is like, oh yeah, like, even though she keeps making comments like, oh, what's going on there? Like, oh, let's still keep rule number 3 in place. I'm hoping that when it comes to it, she's like, oh my gosh, like, if I knew that you guys actually cared about each other, why would I want, like, the 2 people that I love the most to not find love themselves? I hope that's the case. I hope it's not like, I can't believe you guys are together. You guys are grown. Why are you acting like that? You're grown. Why do you care if your best friend and your brother are together? She doesn't want them to be together and then them break up and it ruin the dynamic, but things are already kind of awkward. So really, how much more awkward could it get? And why would you not want them to have the possibility of finding love just because there's a chance that they could then later break up and it'd be weird? That's so stupid to me. But not like this book is stupid, like that thought process is stupid. But I'm hoping that they'll be mature about it and that it will be fine. But Lucy hasn't told Bridget about anything that's happened between her and Felix. She's mentioned, oh, there were times when I was going to tell her, but it just wasn't right. Oh my gosh. Now that is probably going to be where the problem lies. I feel like it's more going to be, Bridget's going to be upset that she didn't tell her for so long and that she kept a secret, like a big secret from her, rather than her being upset that they do have feelings for each other. I'd hope, at least. It's definitely giving summer vibes. I read until chapter 18, page 138. Close to like 40%, and I'm really liking it. I'm really liking it. I love Carly Fortune. I love her. She just is so good at giving that summer feeling. The feeling of like watching the samurai turn pretty every summer. Like watching the samurai turn pretty, the feeling of going to a small little beach town, spending the day on the beach, going to dinner out afterwards. We still don't know what's going on with her friend. She doesn't want to tell her yet. She said, it's not that I don't trust you. Girl, what? Felix and her are getting more comfortable with one another. They're not as awkward in the beginning. They were not even wanting to look at each other. Now they're talking. Things are getting more normal. We still don't really know what happened a year ago. They've alluded to it a little bit, but they haven't actually told us. Carly Fortune loves a good flashback. She loves dropping between the then and the now. Felix is Bridget's younger brother, so Lucy's older than him. I like that. I prefer it over him being older. If there is an age difference, I usually prefer the woman being older. Sometimes in age gaps when the man is older, it seems almost predatory. I don't know. Maybe that's just, I don't know, the ones I've read. I don't know. Usually I don't like it. Like the age gap romances that I have read, I don't like it because the guy is constantly talking about, oh, you're so much older, you're so young and innocent. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? And usually when the woman is older, she's just like, boy, I'm older than you. And the guy's like, I don't care. I actually don't care. And then they prove that they're emotionally intelligent enough to be with a woman who is older. And it's better. But usually when it's switched, I feel like the guy is just so fixated on like, oh, you're so young and innocent and oh my gosh, I'm gonna like ruin you. Ew. What are you talking about? And then she's like, literally, how about you let me make my own decision? How about you let me decide if I want to be with someone older than me? And they're like, no, you can't actually. You can't make that decision because you're just a baby. But I'm in love with you. You can't compare this woman to a child and then also say that you're attracted to her. Because then I'm calling the cops. Yeah, so I'm calling the police on you. So I usually don't like age gap romance. In this, they really don't talk about the age gap. I don't even know how many years they are apart. She's just mentioned that he's the younger brother. And in Part of Your World, which I also read during this challenge, I think I read that during week 1, the woman is older. He doesn't act like he's younger. Anyways, I'm really enjoying this. It's just so summer. It's giving me so summer. I'm really liking it. I'm excited to continue it tomorrow. I'm going to continue reading This Summer Will Be Different to page 203, chapter 26. They're definitely getting along as friends right now, but they clearly still have feelings for each other. But nothing's happened yet. And we still don't know what's happening with her friend, but her and her best friend got a lot of secrets between them. A lot of secrets between them. So I feel like that's all gonna explode in their face, and that's gonna be crazy, interesting, both. I finished This Summer Will Be Different, and I don't know what to rate it. I don't know what to rate it. I'm kind of leaning towards like 4.75, 5 stars? I don't know. I really liked it. This actually, I don't know, this might be my favorite one of hers. I don't know. I really like this one. I really like One Golden Summer. I don't know. I think I like the characters in this one better. What did I rate that one? Let me check. Let me check. 4.5. Okay, I'll rate this one 4.75. I'm not gonna do 5-star just because. I might adjust it, but right now I'm just gonna leave it at 4.75 stars. I really liked it. I feel like it went the way I wanted. It went good. There wasn't really anything that I was like, ugh. There were points where I was like, oh gosh, like this could go horrible. But then she didn't make it horrible. It was fun. Like, it was really enjoyable. So, everyone write this down. This summer will be different. Curly Fortune. C-A-R-L. Everyone write this down. I liked the FMC. I liked the MMC. I liked the sister. I liked their friend Zach. I loved the town. I loved all of it. I loved all of it. Yeah. Ah, this is so good. I'm starting Not Safe for Work. It's like workplace rivals. She hates the guy because he's essentially a nepo baby and he got the job she deserved, and she wants to quit her job and find something new, but they decide to send her on a work trip to Hawaii with this guy. But she has admitted already that she finds this guy attractive, and if it weren't for his horrendous personality, he would be like her dream guy. But they tell her that they're sending her on this trip because they need to diversify the face of their company. She agrees to go on this trip, giving this job one last chance before she decides to move on completely and get a new job. Like 40% into the book. It's giving the summer vibes, but I feel like their attraction to each other, at least right now, pretty much just feels like a physical attraction. They're definitely starting to flirt with each other, but it feels like they're just physically attracted to each other as of right now. They're at this work retreat, like getting in petty arguments and doing it in front of other people, and she was flirting with this one guy, and then he was getting all territorial, even though at that point nothing had happened, and still nothing has happened between them, but they hadn't even started like flirting yet. And he was like going over and putting his arm around her and be all, boy, no. It's like, okay. I think the story just feels like a little generic. Like it feels like nothing special, nothing new. Not safe for work. I don't know how I feel. It's bingeable. It's fun to read. I know I like this author. There are points that have cringed me out a bit. It just kind of feels a little generic. They're definitely forming a better bond and getting to know each other better on a personal level. It's not just physical, but there are a lot of intimate scenes. It's getting quite enough. I'm like, okay, all right, like, can we like have something actually happen? Like I thought that maybe they'd be back from Hawaii by now. I feel like they've been there forever because we spent so much time in their hotel room. Sometimes with books like this, that can really hinder the experience. It's like, okay, we know they're good there, that's great, but let's work on the emotional connection, the let's see, like, let's have them get to know each other more. How about we talk about his ex that keeps calling him and texting him every single day? How about we talk about why she doesn't want to date someone she works with, which she just started talking about it, and it was just a brief conversation. He was like, oh, I want to talk about this later. She's like, no need. Girl, yeah, I need. If you guys are going to be together, you need to talk about this stuff. She doesn't think they're going to be together because she's like, oh no, I can't do it. And he's like, it's not against the rules to date a coworker, by the way. But neither of them even want to work for this company. Originally, I thought that she was going to leave at the end and go off to a better job. But then we found out that he doesn't even want to work there. So maybe he will leave and go somewhere else, and she'll get a good opportunity in the job. But they both seem like they don't like it. So are they both going to leave? I feel like usually in a workplace romance, either one person leaves the company or they get a promotion in another department, so they're not like, it's not a power dynamic thing or whatever it may be. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but either way, they need to talk about it more. I feel like they're spending a lot of time together not talking, doing other things. But they need to get to know each other better, I feel like. Which, she's made some friends on this trip, and I do like that. I do really like them. I feel like her relationship with women in these books is really good, and I really like that. But this is a romance book, so I feel like we should work on them getting closer. I feel like it's slowly happening as the book progressed, but it was definitely more a physical thing before an emotional thing. And I don't know, I kind of prefer that have a connection before we get into all this. Also, she's a fantasy reader. He's like, oh, have you like thought about us ever? He's like thought about her coming into his office and shutting the blinds. Boy. Ugh. Sometimes with stuff like this, the way they word things, like some of the stuff that he said and she said in this book, I'm like, ugh, yikes. Like, it's just like the way they're going about it, it's like a little cringe for me. It's like kind of making my skin crawl a little. It's not like, ooh, it's like, ugh, ugh. But he goes, oh, have you thought about us before? And she's like, yeah, I thought about you. I'm sorry. I thought about you coming to, like, you're the villain and you're coming. You're the villain and you're coming to steal me away and take me to your dungeon. You're giving us fantasy girls a bad rep, okay? You throw me over your shoulder and steal me away to your evil villain lair. Oh my god. And he's like, oh yeah, we can definitely do that. Let me search up villain lairs on Airbnb. I can't. I'm a fantasy girl, obviously. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that. Oh, he was looking over my shoulder when the villain was ravishing her. Stop. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. This author is a fantasy author. I love her fantasy series. Is there some romance? Is there some intimate scenes? Yes. But it's a really big book series and they're perfectly timed. It's not too much. There's lots of world building, lots of magic, there's lots of betrayal. All of this stuff is going on and those types of scenes are sprinkled in and they're like, it's good. It's a good balance. This, because I think it's just one romance book and it's short and it's all packed in, she wanted all of that she has in her fantasy books to just be squished into this one book, and it's like, seriously? Many chapters, probably 100 pages of this like 300-page book that is just them getting it on. Like, we only have 300 pages for me to believe that this couple is going to last a lifetime, and like, I don't know, maybe I just prefer more of a slow burn. Maybe that's just the case. I don't know. There's a time and a place. There's a time and a place because I don't know. I feel like I do love slow burn, but also sometimes I like it a little bit here and there throughout it, but I feel like it has to be, they have to be getting to know each other on every level. Not just the physical, randomly having a deep, tiny conversation, and it's like, okay, let's go back to the hotel room. No, how about you guys talk for a little bit longer? Like, I think this is good. I think this is actually good. Like, she just wants the physical, so I guess I get that, but he clearly doesn't. And girl, if you're being honest with yourself, you clearly don't either, because you've been dreaming and obsessing over him for the whole time you've known him. So I don't know. Oh my god. I don't know why this is like a theme, but why do in a lot of romance books, when a girl is listening to a song or listening to a playlist, it's 90% of the time they say it's Taylor Swift? Now, it's just like a observation of mine. I just wonder. Like, nothing else? Like, that's all? Like, what about, how about we listen to some Hosier? How about we listen to some Noah Kahan? I just want people to listen to what I listen to. Seriously. I'm just self-inserting at this point, guys. It's not even a big one. It's just like, whatever. I don't know. The whole thing about him being a villain and taking her to his lair is like really sending me. Oh my god. He, like, without giving away too much, he like likes desserts. Okay, they both do. But he likes desserts in like a technical way. Like, he likes to like review and bake desserts, whatever. And I don't know. I might be being so picky right now. I think I might be being so picky. I don't know. it's just kind of like it was fine. Like, I'm like, okay, sure, whatever, do whatever you want, King, go ahead. But then, ew, they were I don't know why this like icked me out so much, but they were at this like dessert banquet thing at this resort, and he was like recording the desserts. He was recording the desserts. And he's like talking, and she's like, he was describing the desserts, and he's like, lemon tart with the no. I'm hyperventilating. No, I can't. No. Oh my god. I feel like I know I'm being so dramatic about this, but it actually, I don't know why, it's like actually giving me like full body chills. He's like, lemon meringue with a coconut cream top and a lavender cookie. Like, he's like panning, lavender cookie with the glaze. Ah! I just like picturing that. Ew. And he's doing it, he's saying it out loud. And she's like, and then while he's saying this, he looks up at me and gives me a little smirk. While he's talking, raspberry chocolate souffle with the raspberry. Ah! Oh! I'm crying. I'm actually crying. It's bringing me to tears with the cringe. I'm like, I have no problem with him like liking desserts. Like, hey, I got a big sweet tooth, I know what it is about. But just picturing this man standing in front of a room of people trying to eat these desserts. They're grabbing stuff off this table, they're all eating desserts, and he's just standing there talking into his phone as he's recording and panning. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, no thank you. I like the main character, and I like her friendships she makes along the way. I like that. But the actual relationship, the man, whatever. Kind of just whatever. And like, it's a romance book, so I really feel like I should like it. Like, that's kind of the point. But no thank you. I don't think so. I don't think I like it. Now, I still have a little while left. I have, let's see, I'm like 90% into the book, so they're still in Hawaii. They're about to leave. So it's about to go down. It's about to be a crash out, probably. Them not talking, and then oh, well, we both like each other, and let's just be together even though we're back from Hawaii and it's not a vacation anymore. Let's just do it. And then, yeah, whatever. They're together forever. We'll see. And I finished Not Safe for Work. I've read it through. I feel the same way that I did. Nothing really changed. I mean, like, I liked the ending. It was just like nothing revolutionary. Another workplace romance. Another whatever. Another romance where they're like, oh, this is something that's just for here, but once we leave, then we're gonna forget about all the feelings and all the things we've gone through. We're gonna go back to normal and act like none of this happened. Get serious. That never happens. Like, this girl says she's a reader girl. I think you can pretty much tell. Like, yes, there was the conflict with his ex-girlfriend constantly contacting him, so she didn't know if they were actually done, but like, I don't know. I digress. And make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you can see every time that I post, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.